What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome, and as always, I make sure that I give you guys a quick summary of my budget, everywhere that I've stayed at. So far, I've been to Colombia, Thailand, and the Philippines. As you guys know, if you've been following me, I'm currently in Vietnam, and I'm recording this like literally a day or two before I leave to go back to Thailand. And I'll be in Thailand for about a month, and then I'm going to be spending a week in Bali. And then after that week in Bali, I'm going to be spending another month in the Philippines before I go back to the Matrix. Now, I am having some family things going on at home, so that may be subject to change. But as of right now, that is my plans. And then when I do go back home, I plan on staying there for about a little bit over a month, about a month or give or take. So that way I can get some music done for the rest of the year. Because as you guys know, I put out a mixtape every month. And as of right now, I recently just dropped a mixtape. The link is in the description, called The Genesis. Check that out. And I also have 2 more mixtapes coming out next month and in September. And after that, I don't have any more music made, so I'll be going back home in September. The plan is to put one out October, Black Friday, and then sometime in December. All right. So with all that being said, and then I plan on going back to Colombia again before Halloween, and then I'll come back home before Thanksgiving, and then spend the holidays with my family. And then from there, I'm going to kind of like gauge what I want to do for next year, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to want to go back to Colombia next February, because I had such a good time at Carnival. But everything else is kind of up in the air, because the plan is to go to other countries that guys really aren't going to like that. So I'm talking like European countries, East Europe to be specific, Germany, and other European countries like Germany, Italy, Switzerland. As you guys know, Switzerland is on my bucket list, and also African countries. But I also want to hit other countries in Central America and South America as well. And Asia as well. So a lot of places that I want to go to, a lot of places that I want to see. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started with this budget. It's pretty short, man, to be honest with you guys. Vietnam is really, really affordable, really, really cheap. You can actually get a pretty nice studio apartment here for like literally a couple $300 a month. Now, I actually stayed in a hotel this time. I did not do Airbnb. And for the whole month here, I stayed in a place called Seasand Hotel. For the whole month here, it was $313. Now, if you want to see what the room look like, you can just go back to the, when I first got to Vietnam. It's a pretty simple room. Pretty much got all the necessities you need. Nothing real fancy or crazy about it. However, the location and the convenience of it was perfect. I literally had a store literally a couple buildings down, restaurants everywhere, and I'm literally like a few minute walk away from the beach. So due to that, I didn't have to spend a whole lot of money on transportation outside of me going places like when I went to the Golden Bridge, or when I went to Marble Mountain, or when I went to go see Dragon Bridge. All right. Oh, and including that night that first night that I went out when I went to the bar, which I really didn't even have to do that because there's a lot of bars around here as well. But just to give you guys some perspective, everything is really cheap, but a lot of stuff is within walking distance, so you really probably won't see yourself spending that much on transportation. Now, the flight from Bangkok to Da Nang, I think if I remember correctly, I believe it's about a 2-hour flight, maybe 3-hour flight, and altogether it cost $78. Now that's because I had prepaid for one of my bags to be for one of my check bags. So the flight itself was really more like 58, 60 bucks, but it came up to 78 because I had already paid for my bag being checked ahead of time. All right. So something you want to keep in mind, because I think once you go over a certain limit, they charge you more. Because I remember I ended up having to pay like quite a bit of money. I think I got overcharged, to be honest with you. I think it was either I want to say it was 3,000 baht, but I'm not too sure, because 3,000 baht sounds like way too much for another check bag. But they calculated based on how many kilograms you over. So just something to keep in mind. Going forward, I know next time I'm gonna make sure I pack way lighter, because I did pack a lot. But the reason why I packed a lot, because I knew I was gonna be gone for some months. So just another heads up, you guys, man. You might want to try your best to pack as light as you possibly can, so you don't catch yourself wasting so much money on check bags. All right. Now, spending money. The US dollar really does stretch here, you guys. Spending money was literally $212. That was my spending money for the month. Now, I've done a few videos on here, and as well as my recent video, giving you guys an idea of how much money I spent on food. I really didn't spend any more than maybe about $5 a day on food. You can come out here and get a sandwich, is those banh mi sandwiches that Vietnam is known for. You can literally get one of those sandwiches for like $1, $1.50, $1 and some change. Get you some fries along with it for another $1. Fried chicken and rice that I got at that place that I showed you guys, that was typically my post-workout meal. That cost $1 and some change. And then not to mention the big, the big 1.5 liter waters. Those are literally 10 Vietnamese dong, which is about, 40 cents maybe. So the dollar really does stretch here, you guys. This is one of the perks for sure, and I can see why a lot of foreigners come here, because everything is so much cheaper. All right, so all together, including a flight, lodging, and spending money, and that spending money is including transportation, which is also very cheap. We're talking, let's see, 78, about 600 bucks, a little over 600 bucks. So by far, this was the cheapest trip out of all three. Now, keep in mind, I probably did a little bit more in the Philippines and Thailand. I would say this is probably one of the knocks on being here. And what I plan on doing is, if I do come back to Vietnam, what I'll probably end up doing is go to Ho Chi Minh City. A lot of people told me I should have did that, but I wanted to experience Da Nang full throttle because it's by the beach. I love being by the beach. I love taking walks there, kind of just to clear my head, you know what I mean? And I've done a few videos here, just kind of sharing my thoughts, taking a walk down the beach. And they also had kind of like some exercise equipment, so to speak, like the dip bar and the pull-up bar. So I've been able to get decent workouts out there as well, because it wasn't really in my budget to, get membership to a gym, which is one of the reasons why I prefer to book places that have a gym already. But yeah, I made the most out of the situation, with what I had available to me. But still had a good time, considering I only spent a little over 600 total. All right, and I didn't go hungry or anything like that. So with that in mind, once again, guys, you can travel for cheap, bruh. I'm Really trying to show you guys, this is one of the reasons why I have Global Passport Crew on my channel all the time. And I want to do my best to try to minimize costs and not spend so much money, so that way, you know, I can show guys that you really don't need a whole lot of money to travel abroad. You just got to know how to budget your money. All right. Have a better understanding of what the exchange rate is, so that way, you know, you know how to move and know what you can and can't do. Because even though these countries are cheaper, you can still find yourself spending way more than what you plan to, just because you see things are a little cheaper. So it's just all about being mindful of the exchange rate and what you have to spend and what you can and cannot do. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and end that here, because I'm trying to shorten these videos between 10 and 15 minutes. Make sure y'all hit the like, comment, subscribe button and share. Appreciate you guys' support, man. And if you want to support the channel, man, the Cash App tag is in the description on all my videos, as well as on my reaction channel, Average Man Unplugged. So until I see you guys in Thailand, deuces.